Yo, it's your boy Adam. I'm going to be giving you guys the best advice possible to go from gold to elite and bridge that gap. Whether you are a gold 1 player, whether you get 22 wins consistently, or even a gold 2 player, I'll try and give you the best tips that will help you get those extra wins that you require. Even if you do get 17 wins, I genuinely believe with these sort of tips, it will help you possibly get to elite if you do follow them correctly. And let's just assume if you are a sort of gold player, then you've got the right custom tactics for you. But one thing I do want to recommend is that you do not necessarily need to follow someone's specific tactics or follow the 2 most meta formations on the game. Just use one that suits your natural playing style and that helps you perform the best. Within reason, don't go and play any formation with sort of 3 at the back. Maybe some of them are still viable, but yeah, you get the sort of idea. And also things like chemistry styles on your players, that should be quite basic if you are at sort of gold level. But if you are not sure which chemistry styles to use, you can always join us on stream and ask me any questions when we are live streaming there. It's twitch.tv/Adam13. The link is down below. So I'm going to be talking to you about the main things that I feel like it will help you go from gold to elite, because it's the most frustrating thing ever when you are 1 or 2 wins away or whatever it is from hitting elite. You might be like 17 to 1, I've had it before, and then you end up going from 17 to 1 to literally 22 to 8, and you're like, how the hell does that happen? You lose 1 game in a row, 1 game ends up becoming 4 or 5 games in a row, and you're like, how have I gone from doing so good where you think you're going to get elite 1 and elite 2 to bottling it? So yeah, I'll run you through all the steps. And the first one we are going to talk about is your mentality. So you need to be asking yourself, are you going into a match with the right mindset? Are you happy going into that match? Are you worried? Do you feel a lot of pressure? Are you nervous? That sort of thing. For example, if you have lost 2 games in a row and then you go into the next match, you're obviously going to have a you're most likely going to have a negative mindset. And then whatever happens in the match will sort of be a consequence of that. It might be a deflection or a rebound, and you blame it all on the game, which to a certain extent I can agree. The game has a huge amount of glitches, I'm not going to deny that one bit, but it will feel like the world's against you. So like, in terms of your mentality, if you're losing 2 games in a row, you might want to consider having a break. That will do you like the world of justice, honestly. And then sort of coming back, refreshing, regaining. You don't want to be like changing your tactics in your team throughout the weekend league. So just keep calm. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to get these extra wins. You know in your head you've got to win 3 out of 3 or 2 out of 2. You can clutch up, and you will if you're just relaxed. So just try it and change your mindset and focus on this. Another one is you've got to be sort of more unpredictable within your gameplay. When you come to the last sort of, if you're on 20 wins, for example, your last sort of 10 weekend league matches, you are going to be playing against higher skilled opposition. You're more likely to anyway. Obviously, matchmaking is quite random. So you want to try and be more unpredictable. Like you've just seen there, I'm doing random skills that the opposition's not expecting. And then you want to switch it up, do something completely different and keep mixing it up. And this will help you sort of gain advantage against his higher skilled oppositions, because they won't be able to expect it. Obviously, having forwards that have got 4 and 5 star weak foot will help you as well with the unpredictability, that sort of thing. Another point I wanted to touch on is possession with patience. So if you are losing a game by 1 goal, even if you're drawing the game, that sort of thing, you need to be really patient. Do not sort of go ultra attacking straight away. Do not think I need to get a goal, otherwise elite is gone. Don't panic. As long as you're not losing the game, I always tell myself, if I'm not losing, I'm winning. End of the day, I don't ever want to be frustrated when I'm playing a match. My aim is to make the opposition frustrated. So in your last 5 games, I'm a sort of possession sort of player. I don't like passing it around constantly in pointless areas. I dominate them in the final third where it's meaningful possession. And I recommend you do the same when it's like your last 4 or 5 games. If you're playing a really sweaty opponent, someone that's at a similar skill level to you, where all it takes is one FIFA 21 glitch, you know how it is to separate the game. Dominate the possession and try and make every sort of amount of it count. Let your opposition drag out defenders, let them make mistakes, and as you'll see in this game, this is what I sort of do, because I'm in a difficult game, can't really break them down. So I'm just going to take my time, keep passing it around, and eventually spaces like this will open up. You see his fullback was out of position, and we try and create something out of that. So we spoke about the mentality, maybe having breaks, going into games with a positive mindset instead of a negative one, being a bit more unpredictable with your build-up play, skill moves, etc., being more patient, dominating possession against better, higher skilled opposition. And another one we're going to talk about is matchmaking. So you might be thinking, how can I dictate the matchmaking? That's not up to me, right? Well, it kind of is to a certain extent. So matchmaking is generally random. Obviously, there's an elo, so it depends on how many wins you've got in a row. Will sort of depend on how many people you match up with the similar elo. But if you're a pro player, for example, and you're trying to get to rank 1 in the world, you will genuinely be playing all your games on a Friday. Why is that? Because you get the most skill points by playing higher skilled oppositions, which will be on the first day, and you get higher skill ratings. So if you are someone that is playing all of your games on a Friday, if you're a gold player or whatever rank you are, then you're going to be playing higher skilled oppositions. So spread out your games. You might want to be thinking about playing 10 a day, so maybe 10 on Friday, 10 on Saturday, and 10 on Sunday. Some people I know even literally do 30 on the Sunday. I don't recommend that though, because that's a lot. You can do 15 on a Saturday, 15 on a Sunday. Spread your games out. Like the amount of people I tell you that come to our stream and they say they finish on gold 1, they were 1 or 2 games off getting elite, and I say to them, wait, you finish your games already on a Saturday? And they said, yeah. Well, that's kind of my point there. You're going to be facing a lot more high skilled opposition. And yeah, of course you want to be beating these sort of people. You don't want to be avoiding them. But also you're making it so much more difficult for yourself. At the end of the day, when it comes to getting elite for the first time, it's kind of the mentality hurdle. So once you hit it, I'm confident you can keep getting it again. So definitely try to take that into account with your matchmaking. Spread your games out. And another point that I wanted to make was watching back replays. So I just call it self-analysis, if you like. You don't necessarily need a FIFA coach. Obviously, stuff like that does help when it comes to FIFA, but a bit of self-analysis goes a long way. So how can you do this without recording your own games? Well, thankfully, we've got match highlights at the end of the games, and I know they don't really add shooting anymore this year, which is annoying. They add yellow cards, which is pointless, but they show the goals. So if you win, or even if you lose the game, honestly, I can't really stress how important it is and how much it helps. Watch your match highlights back. So if you lose the game, you see, why have I conceded? Yeah, the game might have bumped you, you might have got a rebound or a ricochet or something has happened, but leading up to the goal you conceded, maybe you brought out a defender, maybe you switched to the wrong player, maybe you done a manual tackle when you shouldn't have. So that's the sort of things you want to be looking for. When you won a game as well, check your match highlights. See, how did I score this goal? Was the opposition really poor at defending? Did I do an extra pass, which I don't usually do? Did the elastico work? Did I trigger a run? Something like that is what you want to be looking at. And as you can see in this sort of game, I've got 97% pass accuracy. That means if I have done 100 passes, just for example, I've missed 3 passes. That is incredible. The opposition technically missed 4 out of 100, which is insane. So this is the sort of games that you want to be winning. This is sort of towards the end of when we clutch the elite on our weekend league, on our road to glory. You do not need the best team in the world as well. Try and not, that's another one I probably should have said earlier. You do not need the best team on the game to beat oppositions. I know it's frustrating. I run an RTG myself. I do not have Neymar. I do not have Mbappe. I play against Hullet, etc. And yeah, end of the day, it's just a struggle, and you've got to try and blame yourself for not being good enough and not your team. That's the way I look at it. As long as you can still build a meta team on any budget. And like I said, we do squad building, player reviews, and everything like that on stream as well. So yeah, try and watch back your replays. That's a little recap. Watch back your replays. The matchmaking that you can sort of help yourself, the possession, being more patient with your play, being a bit more unpredictable, your mentality being positive instead of negative, taking breaks when you feel like, and obviously your tactics and chemistry styles should be something that you are already familiar with and good at. But yeah, if you're not, just come and join us there and come and chat to us. Thank you very much for watching this video. We are very close to hitting 2K subs, which is amazing. So if you want to help support me so I can make more daily videos for you guys like I have so far since FIFA 21 has come out, then be sure to subscribe to our channel. Smash that like button when you're there as well for the, I nearly said TikTok, for the YouTube algorithm. I post so many TikTok videos. If you don't know, the link is down below for all of our socials. So yeah, it's been your boy. There's one more thing to say. Safe